Evening everyone, it's Shay from Grassroots Football Adventures. Just going to do a post-match reaction to the Runcorn Linnets game against Avro, 2-all draw. Just Before we kind of get going, we have used a new camera on the videos at the stadium today, so apologies if they don't turn out well. And just one other thing. When the Linnets equalised in the 79th minute to Harry McGee. I mean, wow, he's been some signing. Apologies if I sounded a bit angry in that. I kind of maybe said a couple of things and said, like, not that I don't disrespect Avro, but I said a couple of things. I think it was more out of frustration at the fact that we had been losing to a team that had 3 shots on goal all game, but you know what happened. So obviously there's no disrespect meant towards the club Avro. Obviously they fully deserve to be in second going into this, and you know they fully deserve to be still where they are now. You know, so no, obviously absolutely zero disrespect towards Avro as a club. You know, and they have done really well this season, and I knew this would be a hard game. It was more just the fact that we had so many shots first half, especially, and they'd had 1 shot first half, 2, and somehow got 2 goals. But it's football. It happens sometimes. You know, it happens to every team, and you know, as much as it can be frustrating when you're on the receiving end of it, it does happen. And you know, as I said during the game, sorry, I'm just trying to hold it this way because I don't want my face to look kind of like weird on YouTube. It's usually when I hold it, is it once? Oh God, I've had a few drinks, so my brain's a bit slow. When you hold it, landscape ways, it kind of looks really thin when you post it on YouTube. But yeah, 2-all draw, so we're still in 4th. But there is some good news. Breck got beat by Chasetown, who we beat actually last week. So, all right, fair play to Chasetown. They bounced back in style by beating Leeds were Breck away. So I guess even though their fans would have been gutted last week, they can be happy that they beat the leaders this week. And Bury succumbed to a 92nd minute equaliser by Stafford to be held to a draw away. So it's good for the Linnets that we're still in 4th, but we're still a point behind Bury with a game to play. We are now 6 points off Chasetown with the same games, and we've got not Chasetown, sorry, Lower Breck. Sorry, I was thinking about last week. We're 6 points off Lower Breck. We were 7 points going into today, so we've actually gained a point. I was saying to Cowan, we go to Linnets for me, home and away. We've actually gained a point. It's weird how we feel like we've dropped 2 points because of all the chances we had, but all in all, in the round, we've technically gained a point because we've obviously cut the lead down to 6 points, and we have got Breck on Tuesday. That's going to be, I know this game is massive, but the fuck me, the one Tuesday is going to be like mega. That one, it's going to be like, wow, that's going to be a, oh God, I don't know, I thought my heart couldn't take it today. About Tuesday. But in a way, it's good. It shows how far we've come as a club to that we're fighting, pushing to get right to the summit of the table, right to the top. I know last year was a disaster, and I won't obviously go over that too much because that's been and gone. But wow, this season has been a revelation, really. So yeah, pleased for Harry McGee again. I mean, like, wow, some player he's been. You know, he got both assists last week in the Chasetown win, and he got the assist. So not the assist, sorry, he got the goal to equalise. You know, when Avro went 2-0 up, I thought, I didn't want to come across as angry or bitter or anything, but I just thought, you fucking bastard, you've had 3 fucking shots the whole game, and you've somehow 2-1 up. But I don't know, I haven't watched any of Avro's games. Maybe they've used that tactic in other games, you know, and okay, when you get your chances, whether it's 1 chance or 10 chances, you've got to take it. So they took theirs, and we didn't take a lot of ours, but we come out of a point. It could have been worse. Could have been better. Could have been worse. You know what? I don't like to say it's 2 point drops, but 2 points drop, but it kind of feels that way because I'm sorry, I'm just trying to hold this steady. Right arm's hurting. But in the context of the game, I think usually I said to Coleman, of course, I said usually in normal circumstances, if you were 2-1 down and you got a equaliser with just over 10 minutes to go, you would probably take the point because you think, well, we were losing, you got a point. But considering how many chances we had first half, I mean, second half wasn't great, but we're 26 games in, we've got 49 points, 6 points off top. I mean, I am happy with that, and I think any Linnets fan, if you'd said you'll be 6 points off top with 16 games to go, I think they'd snap your hand off for it and said, yeah, take it. I definitely would have, because I think, wow, I think the agony of playoffs we've had in the past, it kind of haunts me still a bit, because I think it's not that, I'm not saying we'll never get through in the playoffs and that, I'm sure determined one day we'll do it, but we've had obviously the playoff final defeats the Marine and Workington, the City Liverpool 1-2 years ago, and you just think, you just can't. You just think if we get to the playoffs, that's great, that's brilliant, fantastic. But you just think, I can't take losing in them again. It's just the agony of, we've been through it 3 times. It's that we can't take it anymore. It's just, oh God, it's cruel playoffs, but that's how it is at this level. You've got to finish top to guarantee automatic promotion, and we're still in the hunt for it. I did say we had to win all 3. Obviously, we've drawn this one, but to be completely honest, I did not expect Wobrecht to drop points to Chasetown. Chasetown, to credit them, they are a very good team, and they proved it last week. They're a good team. We got lucky with the win. I spoke to one of their fans last week, and a really nice guy. I spoke to at half time. He said, oh, we're never going to get out of this week. I said, well, you got playoffs last year. You were a penalty kick away from getting to a playoff final, and they've got every chance, of we getting playoffs again. Sorry, I'm just going to switch hands. Hurting. So, it's kind of mixed feelings with this draw. I don't want to be negative because, at the position we're in and the fact we've technically gained a point on Wobrecht, but it's kind of like 50-50. I don't want to. I'm happy that we're a point closer to them, 6 instead of 10. But at the other time, I'm like, we should have killed the game off in the first half, and we didn't. And I did kind of think in my mind, we might come to regret this, because you see it so many times where a team scores and then they don't kill the game off, and the other team gets back in, or they get a chance and they equalise, and you think, oh, they don't deserve it, but it happens. Happens a lot, and today unfortunately it's we could have lost it, couldn't we? But we got Harry McGee, thankfully. What a player he's been. We knew the position they were in, second, not there by accident. Fully deserved it. We got a draw. On paper, if you look at it without knowing the context, you'd look at this game and think, 2-2, that's decent because they're 2 points ahead. But knowing the chances we had, we should have put it to bed. But okay, if we'd gone in, let's say we'd gone in 2-1 up, they could still have equalised, and we may have still struggled to get a third. So you don't know. There's so many different scenarios, but overall, I think in the round, I'd say it's probably a point gained because of the fact where Breck losing and Berry succumbing to a 8-minute equaliser by Stafford. So I think you have to look at it that way. Really. So Tuesday's going to be a big game. Sorry, I'm just going to open this drink here. I had a Had a drink in the Queen of Hearts pub with Candy. We got the bus up about 1:30. And then a second half, I bought these Megadeth beers that we can get from Tesco. I had one of them, and then Callum very kindly had 2 drinks, and he said, "Oh, do you want this drink? I've got one, and someone else got me one." I said, "Oh, thank you." I got him one, waited in the clubhouse, and then we had a 7 Fellas clubhouse, and then I had a double JD and Coke. I can't do it with an Aldi, and then I'm just gonna have if I can lift it on Veltins. Veltins. Yeah, the one it's ever want any suggestions for beers, definitely get Veltins because it's really nice. I don't know how popular it is or I love it because it's like really smooth. I can't really drink stuff like Madry or Carwin or Foster's or Stella because it just plays havoc with my stomach. I can't drink it. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, I think all in all, considering the low bracket and the Barry result, it's a point gained. So, I'll take it as that. And Tuesday, wow, I think as I said just a few minutes ago, Tuesday is going to be fucking huge. I think, I dare say, I think Tuesday could decide the title. And I know it won't mathematically be possible, but you think if Breck win it, they will go 9 points clear. If we win it, we cut it to 3 points. I think it could be a title decider, personally. It might be a bold prediction, but I think it will be a title decider, possibly because we win it, we cut it to 3 points. I know, obviously, Avro, okay, yes, they'll have a say in it because they'll have a game to play, but it could, really could. I'm going to pick Candy up from work Tuesday, and we'll probably go. We might go. Sorry, she finishes at 5. So that's going to be fucking huge Tuesday. I mean, yeah. I mean, wow. Quick turnaround as well. 2 days, and then that's Sunday morning. Then 3 days, so to say. So 2 days rest, and then. Yeah, and this is obviously a rearranged game because of obviously the initial game against Warbrick. I think it was it rain? I think it was floods or rain. I know the Chase Town game was like a flash flood. I think. It's nice. Sorry. Sorry, I have to keep switching hands. Yeah, I forgot where it was. Yeah, this other Chase Town game was a flash flood, so that's got to be rearranged. The Wobreck one, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was rain again. I think it'd been raining early in the day, but it looked like the rain had eased up, but they still called it off. So, yeah. But yeah, huge game. You say one thing as well with this game is Markel Folds and Harvey Washington were both out injured. So to be fair, we did that. It was a huge blow for us, but I mean, Alan Rooney, what a player, scoring the first goal. He was absolutely classy, he always is. Really good. I mean, standing Pete Wiley as well. Sorry, not Jack West captain. Pete Wiley has been a captain. Pete Wiley is some player as well. I mean, he's a legend, and he's a great player to have. I think Scott McCaw today. He did well. I think he was a bit unlucky. Like, he didn't quite get any clear cut chances. I know he put the ball in the net that was offside. James Steele did really well as well today. I think he did well. Keeper Yusuf Merson, who's back in for us, so he's cup tied on Tuesday. He couldn't really do anything about the 2 goals. I think the first half of a goal as well, because it was like they had it. To me, it looked like when watching it, they'd had like one attack in the first half, and they'd somehow scored from it. Like, well, no, I think, yeah, Sean Miller did. He obviously back in, and he did really well. Naeem did really well. I think Matty Rain back in. I think in the round, I think if you to assess the season so far, I think the guys should be proud and be happy where they are. I know, like everyone wants to be top, and I mean, as fans, we do get greedy, like myself included. It's not like we don't appreciate the position we're in, but like when we get like on the run and like, well, like we want to win, it's like you just want to keep on winning. You get greedy, you want more, but I guess you've got to be careful with that because you don't want to kind of, I don't know, lose sight of where you are and not realise that you're in a really good position anyway, and not just be blinded by the fact that we want to be on top, we want to be the best, we're better than everyone. No, you don't want to get that mindset, because if you do, you just set yourself up for disappointment. And when it's been fourth now, it's fucking brilliant. Of course, you want to be as high as possible. Of course, we want more. Of course, we want to be on top, first, second, third. But we're in a great position, and I think after the disastrous 11th place finish last year, I don't think anyone, its fans would probably realistically think we could have won the title. But Wobreck, we've got a chance. Play them twice, and there'll still be twists and turns throughout the season. There'll still be plenty going on. The league is far from over, so we'll probably think, Breck will probably win it. And I think on form so far, they do deserve to be the winners, but the gate is that it's not over yet. After 42 games, we'll know where everyone is, and they'll win it. So I think if we're at least in the playoffs, I'll be happy with that. I don't like the agony of playoffs. I hate the whole heartbreak. If you come so close and you just fall at the final hurdle. But I'd still take that, because I think supporters have got to be realistic. I can't just be like, we have to win the league, or that's no good, or we have to go up automatically, because there is only one spot. But it's going to be tough. Who knows what will happen come the end of the season. If we get it fifth or above, then that's brilliant. It's just so competitive, so difficult. As you say, Stafford were bottom half of the table. They were ahead against Beddy. Beddy come back to lead 2-1. You think, Beddy will see it out because they're third, and then Stafford get a 92nd minute equaliser, and they're like bottom half, and it just shows. You think Breck at home, Chase Town a really, really good side, but you think Breck at the top, Chase Town in, I think 8th or 9th, you think, not an easy game. You think Breck will win this, and Chase Town are 2-0 up. Breck get one back, but it's so unpredictable this league. It's like you can't. It's almost like you can make predictions, but all the time I feel like they're not going to be right, because you just can't. You just don't know. You just can't predict where teams are going to finish. So, doing it. See, we've got 16 games left. Obviously, Tuesday's going to be probably the biggest game we've had so far this season. Not just as we're playing Breck, but because the position we're in and how it could shape the positions. If it's win, they cut it to 3 points. If Breck win, they extend the lead to 9 points. If it's a draw, it stays at the same. So, everyone at the Winnets connecting with the Winnets wants promotion more than anything else. Going out of the cup was disappointment, but we'd won it last year, and we know the focus is on the league this year. People have, this is nearly 8 years now, and it's like you just think, come on, at some point we've just got to do it. No, it doesn't work like that. But no, honestly, 8 years of being in this division, you think that's some of the players we've got now. We've got a fantastic squad. But yeah, right, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. Try and get this posted. I'm using the old, not the older, the phone that we used to use before we got this camera, because we're going to have to see if we can get these videos on. So apologies if there's a bit of a delay going on. It's the first time we use this camera, so it might take us a bit longer, but we'll see. I hope I got the first goal on Rooney one. Andy hopefully got the second one, the Haddy McGee goal. So yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll see you whoever's there on Tuesday, and hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, overall, not a bad result, but a little disappointing. But Willis are still well in there for the promotion push. Right, we'll see you Tuesday, and let's hope we can get a positive result against Welbeck Tuesday. Come on, Yellows.